Welcome, everybody. As Gloria said, my name is Loretta Lees. I'm director of the Initiative on Cities, been in Boston about 16 months now and really enjoying it. So I'm just going to give you a little kind of verbiage to kind of get the blood flowing on the global housing crisis, as if you actually need that, given it's a rather stressful housing crisis. So in 2023, Balakrishnan Rajapal, the UN Special Rapporteur on the right to adequate housing, whom I've worked with on and off, warned of a severe affordable housing crisis globally, despite housing being a fundamental human right, long recognised under international law. He noted that a staggering 1.6 billion people around the world lack adequate housing with protections, and that could rise to 3 billion by 2030, so not so long from now. It's estimated that about 100 million people worldwide are homeless. The affordable housing crisis does not affect everybody equally, but it falls disproportionately on vulnerable groups who already face discrimination. So the Initiative on Cities 2021 Menino survey of US mayors found that they were very concerned with America's homelessness crisis, but that they were unequipped to address it, citing lack of funding and public opposition to new housing as one of the biggest barriers. Rajapal points to housing financialization, lack of local government authority, and weak tax policies as the underlying causes of housing unaffordability. He has highlighted the ripple effects that occur when people are unable to afford housing, putting their well-being and physical and mental health at risk. And importantly, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to ensuring affordable housing for all, and different nations, states, and cities will be choosing options that best suit their specific circumstances, their specific needs. But we must pursue policy and institutional options that hold the promise of better outcomes and better protections, including public housing, co-housing, community land trusts, and also rent regulation. Rajapal has urged states to recognise affordability as an integral part of the right to adequate housing in their national or constitutional law, which is lacking in most cases. And of course, here in Boston, while advocates and legislators at the local and the state levels have introduced a variety of measures to address the housing crisis in Boston, the challenge remains as strong as ever, as most of us who live in Boston are very familiar with. The 2023 Greater Boston Housing Report Card shows that home and rent prices are high and getting higher, while the production of new housing to address demand remains slow. According to that report, single-family and condo sale prices were up in 2003. At the same time, mortgage interest rates rose between July 2021 and late 2022 from just around 3% up to 7%. Similarly, rent prices have continued to rise, placing the Boston metro area third highest in the country, close behind LA, with New York City the worst. So this puts an almost unprecedented burden on renters and homeowners alike. More than half of renter households in Greater Boston are what we call cost burdened. In other words, they spend more than 30% of their income on rent. Now, there's been a kind of 2.6% increase on this just between COVID in 2019 and 2021. Around 25% of homeowners are also cost burdened, as pandemic eviction protections and financial support programs for renters have expired and begun to expire. Eviction filing rates have gone up, as have foreclosure rates on many properties. The issue, of course, disproportionately affects Black and Latino households. The cost burden rates for Black and Latino households were 53% and 57% respectively. Indeed, about 1/3 of Black and Latino households are cost burdened. Research across Boston University has looked at this global housing crisis, hence why we brought this gathering together. It's looked at it both in the US, it's looked at it locally in Boston, but it's also looked at it internationally. It's looked at evictions, it's looked at homelessness, NIMBYism, gentrification, social preservation. It's looked at slums in the global south, to mention just a few areas. BU has also worked with the Boston Housing Authority to provide stable, quality, affordable housing for low and moderate income persons. So let's hear about this amazing research now. I'm kind of excited, so I hope you are.